Hello, this is the 93rd issue of Catch of the Day, available on the Branch Talk YouTube channel. Today we're going to continue with reading from the book written by Doug Mitchell and Steve Penners, entitled The Return of the Shekinah, The Seven Thunders. Starting at the top of page 21. At this prophetic revelation of the coming of this mighty angel of Revelation 10, the Holy Ghost in the Advent message and movement was fulfilled after John's time, that is, after the 1st century AD, and specifically in the 1840s. Then so must John's experience involving the seven be the experience of God's people after John's time, and specifically during the time of this mighty angel. That is, John's experience of hearing the seven thunders was an illustration of a latter-day experience of God's people, as was John's experience of eating the little book, Revelation 10, 8-11. An illustration of another experience of the Advent people. As John saw that the seven thunders would utter their voices, and then what they uttered would be sealed during the time of this mighty angel's work, right after he cried, then they could not have been heard nor sealed before the 1840s, for they were not even to be uttered until then. In the order of the events unfolded to John, it was after the angel had cried that the seven thunders uttered their voices. As all of the other events of Revelation 10 met their fulfillment during the time surrounding 1844, so the seven voices had to have been uttered and sealed up during that period, or else the whole continuity of the chapter is destroyed. Therefore, in the Lord's work of the restoration of his people, right after the proclamation of the first and second angels' messages, the movement of the right and left feet, and the midnight cry, which brought the people of God to October 22nd, 1844, a symbolic representation of the events involved in the complete call out of Babylon, the seven thunders was given. This will be explained further along in this introduction. And when the seven thunders had uttered their voices, I was about to write, and I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Seal up those things which the seven thunders uttered, and write them not. John was about to write the symbolical revelation of Bible truths known as the seven thunders, but was told by a voice from heaven not to write them. Note that neither the voices of the seven thunders nor the voice from heaven, which told John to seal them up, originated from the angel. Therefore, they were not part of the angel's message at that time. This clearly shows us that though the seven thunders were to be uttered and sealed during the time of the angel's original movement, 1840s, they were not to be uttered then, nor was the command concerning the sealing part of the angel's work, but that of another voice from heaven. This heavenly voice had a message for John alone. Note that John was not told to forget the things he heard, nor that they were to forever to remain a mystery. Quite the contrary, as we shall see. It was not best for the people to know these things, the delineation of events contained in the seven thunders, for their faith must necessarily be tested. SDA Bible Commentary, Volume 7, page 971. Here we see that there was another truth, the seven thunders, which could have been recorded in the Bible, but John was told not to write it. We do not know how extensive the truth of the seven thunders contain, but possibly as much as or more than the seven trumpets. Regardless, however, one thing stands out boldly, and that is that the omission of the seven thunders leaves a gap in the chain of truth. And since the seven thunders are not recorded in the Bible, the truth of them cannot be revealed by interpretation, for there is nothing written of them in the Bible, and therefore nothing to interpret from in the Bible. If then we are ever to know the truth of the seven thunders, it is to be shown to us perhaps by the same means as the revelation was shown to John. Timely Greetings, Volume 2, number 15, page 4. Take a look at that. Take care.